Welcome to our St Patrick's Day 2025 video. In this video we will try to show you a typical parade in an Irish town and also a little of the history of St Patrick. Well, it's St Patrick's Day and we're in the little town of Ballymote in County Sligo and waiting for the parade to start. We're walking up the main street now, just past Super Value. I'm going to nip in a second, see if I can get a little something. And we're going past Rochford Gallagher's. They've also got a place in Tubbercurry, and they're our solicitors. The outside of Super Value was decorated, but I wasn't, so I went in to get something like a green hat or a green, white and orange hat. Unfortunately, I was told their supplier had let them down and had not delivered any. But inside we met Deirdre and young Daniel.
Come here, Daniel, you come talk with me.
What's up to do?
We're going to talk about St. Patrick's Day.
Hello, Daniel.
So you tell this lady what St. Patrick's Day means to you.
St. Patrick's Day means that it's a celebration about leprechaun hats, and that's all I know.
And now we're going to go and enjoy the parade.
Yeah.
Ballymote.
All right. Okay. Have a lot of fun.
You too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Bye.
There are occasionally stalls selling things like these absolutely wonderful cakes. The Ballymote Community Council runs this stall. We'll let the lady explain.
We organised this cake sale today to raise an extra €6,000 in aid of the local Ballymote playground. There's a shortfall of money and we'd appreciate if we get support from the local community to help us finish the project. Thank you.
Thank you.
Most pubs and bars are open. That's essential for liquid intake and output. This is our friend David, the wandering Irishman, with his new puppy Bram. Today we celebrate St Patrick, who is the best known of Ireland's 3 patron saints, the other 2 being St Bridget and St Columba. As we looked for the ideal position to film the parade, we ran into a lovely family.
You're looking so cute.
Okay, so my name is Caroline, and this is my son Oren.
Hello.
This is my mom and dad,
Yeah.
and my daughter, and my niece and nephew,
Ah,
Jake and Sophia.
a really cute family.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we read yesterday Ballymote parade is supposed to be really good. So
Yeah, you will enjoy it. Yeah, it's lovely.
yeah, last year we've been to Gocheen.
To where?
To Gocheen.
Oh, 13, okay, so yeah, this will be a bit bigger.
As we found our place from which to video, the last of the parade vehicles were making their way to the starting points. The Gardaí were out in force. Well, for Ireland this is a mass presence.
Still half an hour before the start of the parade and they're setting up the music. We are sitting here, it's quite cold, it's quite a bit of wind chill, but the crowds are starting to appear now.
The wind was affecting my sound recording. My microphone had a windscreen on it. This cut out the wind noise but muffled any distant sounds. Gabby's mic had no screen and worked much better. St Patrick wasn't Irish but British. No one knows where in Britain he lived or when he was born, but we do know that at the age of 16 he was snatched by Irish raiders and put into slavery. This was around 426 AD.
Every St Patrick's Day parade has traditional Irish music. This performance was much better than my microphone has recorded it. A second officer has appeared, not expecting trouble though. These small West of Ireland towns are so laid back there is almost no trouble. St Patrick spent 6 years as a herdsman before escaping, travelling 200 miles to the coast and persuading a sea captain to take him back to Britain. He said that he had seen the ship in a vision before he escaped. During his captivity, Patrick had taught himself to read and write. When back in Britain, he studied and became a cleric. It is believed by many that when Patrick returned to Britain, he converted to Catholicism. This isn't true. His father was a deacon and his grandfather was a priest, so he had a Christian upbringing. Whether he was a practicing Christian or not isn't known. As you can see, the spectators are in place and the children are enjoying themselves. The parade is soon underway. Anyway, Patrick returned to Ireland with the aim of overthrowing pagan ways and deities. Here comes the man himself. Looks quite well for somebody over 1500 years old. Patrick wasn't Ireland's first Christian missionary, but he was the most effective. Palladius was a missionary in Ireland before Patrick. St Patrick started his mission to convert Ireland, but it wasn't all plain sailing. He is famous for the resurrections that he performed. These weren't literal resurrections though. They are the conversions of pagans from druidic and pagan ways after they opposed him, sometimes violently. They are symbolic of granting the pagans and druids a new life. The Irish Coast Guard carried out a flypast. This is a Sikorsky S-92 helicopter and is possibly Rescue 118 operating out of Sligo Airport. The colour associated with Patrick was originally blue. It gradually transitioned to green due to his later association with the shamrock. The story of Patrick using the 3 leaves of the shamrock to represent the Holy Trinity is most likely pure fiction. The first depiction of him with the shamrock isn't until 1200 years after his death. The shamrock representing Ireland doesn't commence until the 15th and 1600s and originates in prejudice, with English botanists suggesting the Irish were a wild race who would literally eat clover from the ground like cattle. And while there is no evidence that the Irish ever ate clover directly from the ground or any other way, that particular representation stuck until the shamrock became a symbol of Ireland. Here's an interesting snippet. Patrick probably invented the Celtic cross by combining the Christian cross with the pagan halo or circle of light. Perhaps a case of, if you can't beat them, absorb them. Like the Catholic Church gradually absorbing the Voodoo Church in Haiti. The 2 bands shown here today both come from across the border in the north. This explains why the second band isn't playing traditional Irish bagpipes, but pipes in the Scottish style. This is a lovely sight for someone like me, an Englishman who grew up in the 60s and 70s. The iconic Mini, here displayed by the Irish Mini Owners Club. I got lots of strange looks the last time I was in a Mini, and I thought, below that, I'm not wearing this skirt again. So how did the parades and wild celebrations of all things Irish start? The parade and party driven celebrations really developed in pre-United States America, when the first St. Patrick's Day parade was held in Boston, Massachusetts in 1737. This was Irish soldiers in the British Army marching to demonstrate their heritage. Whether you love them or think they sound like somebody strangling a cat, the bagpipes certainly made their presence felt. St. Patrick was never canonised by the church. He died before canonisation began, 1,000 years after the church was founded. Instead, he was canonised by what is known as popular devotion. Patrick never expelled snakes from the island, simply because there were never snakes on the island. The isolation and climate stopped snakes ever reaching here. Snakes are a metaphor for the old pagan ways that Patrick ended. So why the 17th of March? March the 17th represents St. Patrick's death in 461 AD. St. Patrick's Day has been celebrated as a religious festival and holiday since at least the 9th century. In the 17th century, it was added to the feast calendar for the Roman Catholic Church and the Church of Ireland, when it would have been a sombre religious celebration with morning mass and an afternoon feast. No parades, no parties, and certainly no drinking. In fact, pubs wouldn't have been open. It wasn't until the 1960s that pubs started to open on St. Patrick's Day. And now a handful of small facts. Did you know that St. Patrick is also the patron saint of Nigeria? St. Patrick's Day became a public holiday in Ireland for the first time in 1903. 1931 saw the very first St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin. It was nothing like the parades these days. It was more of a military affair and was reviewed by the then Minister of Defence. The first St. Patrick's Day parade in my old hometown of London didn't take place until 1996. So Ballymote's St Patrick's Day Parade for 2025 is coming to a close, but stick around because we can show you some more aspects of Irish life on this day.
That's it, everyone. Thanks very much, folks. Thanks for turning up and coming out.
So let's close with a quick look at last year's events. In our local large town, Tubbercurry, there is an annual road race. This is actually two road races, a 10k and a 5k one. The little village of Gurcheen has its own parade. Not as big as the one in Ballymote, but it has a cosy feel to it, or at least I thought so, but that may have been due to the Guinness I'd consumed in the Dapper Duck pub. As is customary, we finish St Patrick's Day in the pub. Well, thanks for watching. Why not subscribe to see more of our videos? Please like and leave a comment as this helps our algorithm. Also, if you can assist with our running costs, please donate using Buy Me a Coffee. The link's in the description. So until next time, this is Old Hiking Geezer and Mrs. Old Hiking Geezer saying thanks for all your support and goodbye. Onwards and upwards.